So this year just keeps getting more challenging for Xi Jinping as he heads into this unprecedented, one assumes, third term. What is the latest that's happening now?
Yeah, well, absolutely. I mean, the severe weather, let's start in the south. Obviously, the temperatures in Sichuan province above 40 degrees Celsius, above 104 degrees Fahrenheit for a number of days has caused the record drought. And that, of course, is shrinking the water levels in the biggest waterway in China, the Yangtze River. So the Three Gorges Dam obviously creates a lot of hydroelectricity, as well as other dams in and around that area, also down in Yunnan province as well. And there is a severe power shortages, and that is going to have, excuse the pun, up and downstream ramifications. Where, you know, this is not only one of the most populous provinces in China, but it is, you know, filled with factories and suppliers to many companies that are either headquartered in Shanghai or have factories on the coast. They get the suppliers from Sichuan province, like a Tesla. Now, Tesla and SAIC, which is Shanghai Automotive, has appealed to the Shanghai government to use their strong arm to kind of urge Sichuan authorities to prioritize power to the suppliers in the EV space, at least 16 suppliers. That's caused a lot of, discontent on social media. Why should that industry get priority when other industries and other households are also sweltering under the hot sun? So, you know, it is causing not only economic damage, because polysilicon is made, 15% of China's polysilicon comes from Sichuan. Lithium is also going to be affected, according to Daiwa. Prices are going to go up. So you have that economic impact at a time when the economy is definitely slowing down. But also, people are kind of getting fed up. If they can't turn on their AC in this sweltering heat, you know, what's going to happen on the social side of things?
How high are the stakes for President Xi Jinping? As Heidi mentioned, it's a highly charged political year there.
Yeah, I mean, you have this is a year when Xi Jinping should ideally be trumpeting his successes, what he has done over the last 10 years. I mean, nobody is doubting he's going to not get his third term, right? That's going to happen, right? But again, he's not going to necessarily go into the party Congress. He's going to go into it on the back foot, claiming stability and trying to reach stability. He's up in Liaoning province now, up in the northeast, where they're being pummeled by heavy rain. And that is not causing power outages, it's causing crop damage at a time when there are food shortages. And Liaoning province, and I lived there 32 years ago, it's highly, industrial, but also highly agricultural, with grain crops and fruits, apples, and the like. So there's massive damage going on there. So he's appealing to provinces all over China that are facing these droughts or heavy rains and flooding to alleviate it. Well, it's a difficult order for the provinces to do. So where can he find some relief? Look, we already had the reverse repo and the MLFs by the PBOC cut on Monday. That will pave the way most likely for loan prime rate cuts coming on Monday in the one-year benchmark rate, and also potentially more cuts in the 5-year lending rate. That could help with mortgages. But again, who's going to be lining up to get a mortgage when you're just pouring money into a hole in the ground and one that is not going to necessarily be completed? There's a raft of pressures: property, COVID zero, platform companies, increasing problems with China and Taiwan. And then, of course, there's youth unemployment at a record high, up 20% in July. I could go on.